What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a warm one here in Philly, Ohio, and I'm checking in from the beer shed and apparently the Lawnmower Olympics, getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the one I have today is actually my 800th beer review. So I started in July of 2020. Now we're 6 years on. I'm hitting number 800. Now, if you go back and check the numbers, it's probably really like 802 or 3. I'm sure I screwed up the numbering somewhere. But according to my latest look, it's 800, so I'm going to roll with that. Now, this beer is called Appalachian Iron, and this is a smoked, it says smoked amber ale, but then I also saw it was an American amber / lager, so it's going to be a smoked amber of some sort. And this is from Little Fish Brewing out of Athens, Ohio, and Sixth Sense out of Jackson, Ohio. Now, I have had Little Fish beers before. I know I did a video on that giant Magnum one that's one of my former students gave me. But Sixth Sense, I think, is new to me. I don't think I've ever had anything from them. Now, this does pretty well on the socials, $3.92 on Untappd, although there are only 30 check-ins. Could be the brewer and his friends at a party, right? And Beer Advocate's nothing. So if you only have 30 check-ins on Untappd, it's not going to be on Beer Advocate. Now, this is pretty cool. I'm not sure who bought me this. A week or so ago was my 50th birthday, and my wife had a surprise party, and a bunch of people came out, and a bunch of people left beer for me here. So this either came from the Ginger Yeti, my homeboy Anderson, the Ginger Yeti. If it is, I'll throw his logo up here. You can check him out. Or it came from one of my former students, James. He bought me a bunch of beers. Maybe he bought it. I don't know. Whoever bought it, thank you. I appreciate it. There is something on the side here. It's a little hard to read because the can, if you can tell, looks like it's got a building there and then the woods around it, but it's like tree colored and it's white writing, so a little difficult to read. But it says Buckeye Furnace is a historic site in Jackson County, Ohio, and is one of only 3 reconstructed charcoal-fired furnaces in the U.S. It was originally built in 1852 and is part of the Hanging Rock Iron region, which was rich in the resources needed for iron making, including iron ore, limestone, and wood for charcoal. The furnace was one of 69 built in the region and was crucial during the Civil War, providing iron for munitions and other materials. This collaboration beer is an ode to those furnaces and the Appalachian grit of the workers that propelled our area to be leaders in America's industrial development. So pretty cool. A beer that kind of pays homage to the iron furnaces of Southeast Ohio. Pretty cool. Now, smoked beers are something that I either love or hate. The first one I ever had years ago, me and the Yeti were drinking beers at my house. This is long before we even thought about doing a beer video. But I think we were on Untappd at that time. And we stumbled across a Shiner box smoked beer, the Shiner smoked one, and it was terrible. It tasted like somebody just poured a bottle of liquid smoke into a beer and was complete ass. Neither of us really cared for it. Now, since then, I have had good smoked beers, like the German ones, I believe it's pronounced, I don't know if it's Scherlenka. But they do a whole range of smoked beers, and they're magnificent. I am now a fan of smoked beers, but only if it doesn't taste like somebody just poured some liquid smoke into a regular beer. So let's give this one a shot. Stats on this, ABV, 6%. It says a 16-ounce can. See, nothing else too interesting here, just the names of the breweries and their logos, but I'm excited to try this. I'm a big fan of like red ales and ambers, and if they're smoked, let's see. All right. I am fighting a bit of a cold, so I don't know if I'm picking up all the smoke. I picked up some right out the can, even from this distance, but let's move in closer. Well, first thing, I guess, let's take a look at it. First things first, this is pretty cloudy. I can't see through this. As the color, it's obviously amber color, but it's a matter of which one we're dealing with here. If I get out my Brew HQ chart, maybe like 18, amber brown or something like that. Amber brown sounds like somebody went to high school with, right? But that's what it looks like. As to the head, I had a thin one there and it went away kind of quickly. It looks all right in the glass. Not a ton of carbonation. I don't really see too many bubbles going around. 1 or 2 strays, but nothing too nuts. Give it a sniff. Smoky, but not overpowering. And I think that's probably a good thing because I know smoked beers, a lot of folks don't like them. And I know maybe they can be an acquired taste or depending on which one you have first. Like we had that Shiner one, they could be off-putting. So I don't know. Smells not overpowering, but you do pick up a light smoky nose. That's kind of it. light smokiness. Let's give it a shot. Cheers! Body, relatively light. I mean, I'd say medium, but on the lower end of medium. Tastes pretty nice. I will say this too. This thing is like pretty smooth. I mean, I know it's like a lighter beer, but it's got a nice like smooth body to it. It's nice. Taste. I think you pick up the smoke right away. Again, not overpowering. Just kind of like a nice, light, natural smoke taste. It's not like beat you over the head with liquid smoke from a bottle. But I think what's cool about that is it also lets you taste the underlying red ale. And what do I get from it? You know, kind of like a nice little caramelly bite to it. You get a tiny little bit of a hops presence. This isn't anything too crazy, but a tiny little hops presence. A little bit of that nice caramel kind of malt thing. And then you basically just get like the nice light smoke over the top of it. So my thoughts are, if you're new to smoke beers, I want to try something out that's maybe not overwhelming like some of the German ones can be, this would be a great intro. 6%, so a little higher ABV. I mean, I usually consider 5 to be kind of the baseline, so a little bit of a higher ABV as well. So I don't know, that's a win for me. Nice kind of light smoky taste. You get the kind of the malt shining through, a little bit of a bite, and 6% ABV. Yeah, it's a win, definitely. So for my 800th beer review, thank God it's a thumbs up. If it was a thumbs down, it would have sucked, right? Like the beer. Hopefully you like the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had Appalachian Iron? Probably not. There's only about 30 people who have checked into it. But have you had any other smoked beers? If so, what's your favorite? And also, what was it like the first time you tried one? I think the first time the Yeti and I had that one, it was no bueno. We were not fans, and I don't even think it's just because it was a new style. I just don't think it was a particularly good version of the style. So, it is what it is, guys. Till next time, cheers! Thanks for hanging around for 800 beers with me. It's a long-ass time. I appreciate it. Cheers.